we happy? Hi guys, and welcome to another ASMR video. And today I'm eating a pizza. Someone asked me if I could eat a pizza and talk about my sort of cinema experiences. First of all, guys, I have to apologise because I was having a shave this morning, and as I was shaving my ear, I nicked the bottom of my nose with the blade, and it literally will not stop bleeding. It's like, you can sit there and get a big massive gash on your arm and it will stop bleeding after a while, but just a little nick from a razor and it's like that scene from The Shining with the elevators and the gallons and gallons of blood coming out, and it just will not stop. So I apologise for that. It literally just will not stop. It's so annoying. But yeah, we have a pizza. A lovely one. Okay, to drink with it, a ZX Cola. Do you want me to get you a cola? I wonder if I can get the hiss that I got last time. Not quite. They all seem to hiss differently, but as always, I've got the skeleton, I've got the eyebrow, and I've got the paw. Guys, and now I'm gonna get stuck into this. I'm so hungry. Okay, I'll do it in order. The first time I ever went to the cinema was in 1975 with my dad, and we went to see Jaws. I didn't really know too much about Steven Spielberg at the time. Because he wasn't that well known at the time. He'd done a movie called Jewel. I think was made for TV. I think it was a TV movie, but it's very good. So we goes to the cinema, and the film starts, and the things I remember is which always sticks with me is the part when they sort of go out after they've done the autopsy on the shark, and they go out looking for it, knowing that isn't the one. And Hooper picks something up on his radar thing. So he goes down under the water, and he's under the water, and he sees Ben Gardner's boat, and he goes up there. It's like this hole in the boat in the hole. Is it the hull? Whatever it is. And so he approaches the hole. There's a tooth sort of sticking into the hole. So he gets his knife and he sort of prises it out. And he looks, and it's a tooth. Now, nobody had seen the film before, and the cinema was packed full of people. And all of a sudden, Ben Gardner's head pops out of the hole. So everyone went, oh, and everyone was like, all the women sort of screamed and everything, and it was such a great moment. You know, because nobody knew it was coming, and my dad, who was like, never jumps at anything. I remember he turned to me and he went, bloody hell, that even made me jump. It was great. I was only about 6, I think, at the time. 6 or 7, I can't remember. But what a brilliant film. Jaws, an absolute classic. That was lovely. The next time I went to the cinema, it was to see Star Wars, the actual original, what's known now as Episode 4, which it wasn't called then. My dad booked this to see it at the Dominion Theatre in London. It was a big theatre, and it was all sort of built up. It's like, oh, it's in stereo 2.1, the 0.1 being a subwoofer. For the sort of first time I think they'd done it, they built this big subwoofer into the I think it was under the stage. So we've gone to see it, and the curtains have sort of opened like this, and they're showing these adverts, and everyone had said how big the screen is. In the reviews, oh, the screen's huge. So the screen was quite small, so my dad said, it's not that big, is it? I was expecting it to be bigger. It wasn't much bigger than our normal cinema. But all of a sudden this bloke walks on. And he goes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here tonight to the Dominion Theatre in London. Tonight we will be showing Star Wars in stereo sound, and we hope you enjoy it. May the Force be with you. And he walks off. a sudden, the screen that has the curtains keep opening and opening and opening and opening and opening and opening and opening, and there was this screen which was absolutely huge, and the film starts, and you know, you have the Star Wars thing. It sounded phenomenal, the bass, because it had a subwoofer. I remember the bit with Darth Vader, when the guy says, "Oh, your clairvoyance, you know, didn't help us find the missing data tapes," you know, and then he goes like this, and the bloke goes, "I find your lack of faith disturbing." The rumble, the whole theatre was shaking at that bit. It was because of this subwoofer. That was brilliant. But you know, you had the beginning bit, and then you have the ship that comes over, and then the big ship, and it just kept coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. Oh my God, right over our head. It was. It's probably the best thing I think I've ever seen in a cinema. If I'm honest, I think it has to be Star Wars. Then Grease came out in 1978. And that was fantastic. What a great film. It was fun. The music and songs in it were great, and I absolutely loved John Travolta. I couldn't see Saturday Night Fever because it was an X certificate, so it was only for adults. I couldn't go and see that, but I could see Grease, and I saw Grease 6 times. And I remember one time I went and saw it because my dad took me to see it, my sister took me to see it. And there was this one time when my dad took me, we was doing the you know, we go together bit, and everyone got up on the sort of stage of the sort of cinema, the screen, and was all doing the dancing, all the rock and roll dancing. It was fantastic, really great. Another film that was great was King Kong. I saw King Kong, the 2005 King Kong, and that was really good as well. It's very long film, but such a good film. It's like so sad as well, because when he's in the jungle, he sits with the woman on top of this big, it's like this big high ledge, and you know, it's like, she says it's beautiful, and like, he sort of gets to understand what that is, and when they take him back to New York, and he escapes, and he takes her and is up, you know, really up high again. He looks at her and goes, like, this is beautiful. She goes, yes it is. And you think, oh no. And I immediately, a tear come in my eye, and I thought, because I know what's coming, the rotters are gonna, you know what they do, bloody mole buggers. They should have took him back to Skull Island and let him be free again. But yeah, and there was everyone crying at the bit, And that was another bit, the bit with the T-Rex, because he doesn't fight just one. He doesn't fight just two. He fights three. And I thought, he's fighting three. And sorry guys, I'm not crying, I promise. I've got like really bad sinuses today. And that's what's making my eyes water. My eyes are just watering, okay, honest. It's nothing to do with King Kong. But yeah, he fights three T-Rexes. But their jaws snap. And I remember at the time, you sort of feel the jaws snap in this cinema I saw it in. And it was absolutely brilliant. And I remember at the time I had a really good surround sound amp, a Denon, and I bought it because they put this Denon against all these others. There was a Sony, which I already had. I had a Sony. They put it against a Pioneer, a Yamaha, all these amps, and this one won. It was something like the Eno 4 or something. So I bought it. I remember going to London. I had to go to London on a train, walk all the way down Buckingham Palace Road, I think it was Buckingham Palace Road, to get this amp, and it weighed a ton. It was in this big massive box, and I come back with my arms falling off because it was so heavy. But even that, as good as it was, and it was good, and I did used to have it loud, that snap from the jaws of the T-Rexes didn't quite hit that same spot they did in that cinema. It was a very good cinema, and it had like, I don't know, it must have been, I don't know what the sound was back then at that time, but so it's around about 2005. But that was another amazing experience. I think that was, I'm trying to think of, it's like me and Drive Airs Lassons go to the cinemas a lot and see films, but none have really had that same impact, I think, as the older movies, because the older movies are just better. Let me move this, guys, because the white's making it very dark. Yeah, my cinema shows old Exorcist and, films like that. Which I'd love to go and see there because it's a really good one. The picture is almost like watching a big giant TV, when you have all that really good sort of saturated colour and deep black levels, and it's razor sharp. It looks so good at my cinema. But that I'd love to see. Yeah, like The Exorcist and Enter the Dragon, because I couldn't see those movies anyway because they were both X certificates. But I've had some really good sort of cinema experiences. I thought, sometimes it's worth, because I've watched films, because I actually had a projector years ago, and I had it on a big 6-foot screen, and as I said, I had this Denon surround sound amp, and the sound was phenomenal. But sometimes you do need to go and see something in the cinema to really get the feel of it, So I'm gonna have one last chug, guys. Thank you for requesting that. Let me know, guys, about your best cinema experiences and what films you saw. That was another one. It's Jurassic Park. When you had the thunderstorm, but they're sitting in the car, and then all of a sudden you hear, and you're not quite aware of what it is, but you think, did I just hear something? Then you hear again, and you think, yeah, I did. And then the glasses start to have these sort of impact ripples on in the car, and it gets louder and louder. Oh my god, and it rumbles as well. It's so loud. Another great one to see in the cinema with, especially now, because it's probably all in Dolby Atmos, because that's what we like. We go and see it in this cinema, and it's in Dolby Atmos. There's just speakers all around, and in the ceilings, and everywhere. And and that sounds great. That was the last one I think I saw. I can't even remember. I think it was Fuchsia. I think, the Mad Max film. Was that the last one I saw? I honestly don't remember. I remember all these movies from years and years and years back. When I was a child. But I can't remember anything I watched 6 months ago.